Have you ever wondered why the most powerful temptations often come wrapped in beauty, wrapped in desire, wrapped in something that feels almost divine? Lust is not just an urge, it's a confrontation. It's a mirror. It's not merely sin, nor shame, nor darkness lurking in the corner of your mind, no. It is a test, the kind of test that doesn't come with instructions, only consequences. And so we ask, what if lust was never meant to be punished but passed through? Not condemned but understood. From the moment we awaken to the idea of attraction, from the first beat of our heart that longs for connection, comfort, touch, or even control, we are entered into a sacred curriculum we never signed up for. It's not accidental. The divine, in its supreme intelligence, doesn't make mistakes. So why then place such a wildfire in the human soul? Because fire is not evil, it is potential. It can burn your house down or cook your next meal. And so, the fire of lust is not your enemy. It is a trial of your consciousness. A sacred gate that asks one question: are you in command of your vessel, or is your vessel in command of you? Lust, in this light, is a spiritual challenge, a riddle that tests how much of you is ruled by instinct, and how much by intention. The moment you feel that sudden wave of craving, that magnetic pull towards a body, a voice, a fantasy, it is not just about desire, it's about awareness. It's about the decision behind the desire. Will you obey the first voice that screams from your flesh, or will you listen closely for the whisper that comes from your soul? That is the battlefield. Not in your bed, not on your screen, but in your soul. It's a war not of good versus evil, but of higher self versus lower impulse. And if we listen closely, we find that lust is not loud, it's just persistent. It doesn't attack us violently. It creeps in gently, through suggestion, through daydreams, through images we didn't ask for, through a memory, through a moment of boredom. And in those moments, the divine is watching, not with condemnation, but curiosity. Will you remember who you are? Will you remember what your power is for? See, lust is not evil, it is energy, misplaced. It's sacred energy, meant for creation, meant for connection, meant for transformation, but when used unconsciously, it becomes consumption. You do not sin by feeling lust. You sin when you forget your purpose within it. And perhaps sin is even the wrong word. Maybe it's just forgetting. Maybe lust is the moment you are meant to remember. Because when you feel that pull towards someone's body, toward the thrill, the escape, the surge, it is an invitation to ask, what am I really hungry for? Is it intimacy? Or is it attention? Is it love? Or is it power? Is it healing? Or is it hiding? These are the real questions that lust asks us. Not out loud, but silently, through our response. The divine designed us with the capacity to feel ecstasy, but also with the discipline to delay it. The angels do not know desire. The beasts do not know restraint. But humans, we are caught in between. And maybe that's what makes us holy. The ability to choose. The ability to fall and rise. The ability to burn and build. The ability to want something so bad it makes you sweat and still say no. Or say yes, but with reverence, not recklessness. And this is where self-realization begins. Not in temples, not in books, but in temptations. The moment you want something that you know is not aligned with your highest self, that is the very moment the divine opens a window. Will you jump, or will you see? Will you escape, or will you evolve? The most powerful people in the world are not those who never feel lust, they're the ones who transform it. They feel it deeply but do not drown in it. They transmute it. They use it as fuel to build, to write, to serve, to love not just others, but themselves. And that's the true test. Not how long you can suppress it, not how well you can pretend it doesn't exist, but how wisely you channel it. Because what if that sexual energy that keeps calling you isn't just about sex? What if it's your purpose, disguised in pleasure? What if it's your unexpressed passion, banging on the walls of your chest? What if your lust is really your spirit trying to speak, saying, I want to feel something real. I want to come alive. I want to create. I want to matter. And in a world that profits from your distraction, lust becomes the perfect weapon if you're unaware. But if you're conscious, lust becomes your map. It shows you where you're empty. It shows you what you idolize. It reveals where your self-worth needs healing. And that's the test. Can you stand in the fire and not be consumed? Can you sit with the craving and not cave in? Can you be honest about your hunger without letting it rule you? This is spiritual maturity, not the absence of desire but the awareness of it, the leadership of it, And if we truly believe in a God who tests us not to shame us, but to shape us, then lust is not a punishment. It's a path. It's the furnace in which you forge yourself. Every time you feel it and you pause, breathe, reflect, you grow. Every time you ask yourself, what am I really looking for, you remember. Every time you choose patience over impulse, presence over pleasure, purpose over fantasy, you rise. And you become dangerous. Not to others but to the forces that want you asleep. The systems that want you addicted. The demons that feed off your despair. When you master lust, you master yourself. When you can feel desire and not lose yourself in it, you've passed the test. You've turned the trap into training. You've turned the battle into a blessing. And slowly, you realize lust was never about sex. It was about spirit. It was about who you become in its presence. The strongest warriors aren't the ones who never bleed, they're the ones who never bow. And if you're tired of falling, tired of shame, tired of chasing emptiness, then maybe it's time to ask, what is lust trying to teach me? Because behind every craving is a calling. Behind every fantasy is a forgotten truth. Behind every temptation is a teacher. And maybe God isn't angry when you feel lust. Maybe God is watching, smiling, waiting, whispering, now's your chance. Show me who you really are.